Hello YouTube, this is Daniel. I'm not in the shop today. We're getting the pool set up to open back up. Here in Texas, the temperature rise pretty fast. We've already had like an 89-degree day. Next week it's supposed to drop down in about 60 degrees or so. So probably won't get in it, but you can just stick your feet in it right now. You know, you can't get in it because the water's still a little cold. Yesterday, I think the water got up to about 70 degrees. The ideal temperature to be in a pool is like 77 to 82. That's water temperature, not the ambient temperature. So I figure usually about a 15 to 20 degree difference between ambient temperature and the water temperature. So like I said, it was 70. You can stick your feet in it, but you couldn't get in it because it's still just a little bit too cold. So we've already put the furniture back out. Still have a little rain around here, but not too much like we did last fall. So we're getting ready to get it open. Looks pretty clean right now. The water looks clear. I've been using this cleaner, this suction cleaner. Got a boost on the pump, and I'm still on the fence. It's been about 6 months, and I still can't make up my mind if I want to buy one of the robotic cleaners. Some of the pool professionals suggest you get the robotic cleaner, but this one came with the pool, and it works pretty good. So I hadn't made a decision on that. But today, this video is going to be about my chemicals, how I use to maintain it. I kind of put it in the order that you should go. I just go down to Walmart. I think Walmart has the most of the products. This I get at a local farm and home store, and then this I picked up the other day at a pool supply store, and I'll tell you why we'll go there. So usually on a weekly basis, I check it, sometimes 2 times a week. I use this Taylor kit here. This is number K2006C. Probably don't need that. I bought too much of a kit because what I found out with this kit, it's great for alkalinity, great for pH, Muriatic Acid, and calcium hardness. Works pretty good for that, but it's kind of cumbersome checking the chlorine, so I use a 2-part tester. Usually on this, what I've started doing is using a total hardness on this scale here, and then total chlorine and free chlorine, and usually the other chemicals, the other levels rather, I check with this kit here. So you can do either way. You can buy a smaller kit than this. I really didn't know at the beginning, so I ended up overbuying, but it works for what I need. And like I said, I have that for backup. So first you're supposed to set your alkalinity. So I use this right here. I think it'll tell you on the back how much to use, depending on how you need to raise up your number of parts per million. And so I like using that to get the alkalinity. And I usually set my alkalinity kind of high, because when you put in the muriatic acid to get your pH level back in the range it's supposed to be in, it's going to lower that just a little bit. So I use the muriatic acid to lower the pH. And so when it rains, people get in it, the body lotion, suntan lotion, stuff like that, hair, all of that makes the pH go up. Leaves and grass that gets in it makes the pH go up. So you have to put that in. And like I said, I check it 2 times a week, so I probably do a little overkill. It's recommended probably 1 time a week to check it, but I try to keep my levels right. And then your next thing, after you do the pH, you want to do the calcium hardness, the hardness of the water. And that doesn't change much, but I still check it and still work on it as often. But it's not as difficult to keep up than the pH. The pH fluctuates a whole lot. It don't take much. And so my Muriatic Acid was getting too high. It was already up to, I think last year, pool was put in July. And I checked it probably just a couple months after July, and my Muriatic Acid had went to 107. So I had to get that down. Thankfully, it rained a lot in November, December, and January, and so it diluted it. I was going to buy a pump, get the water out, and then refill it. And but that didn't work too well. I decided, well, why buy that for a one-time deal? Then I found a solution is switch over to my shock, and Cal Hypo shock. And I do this every Saturday night. Put 2 bags in every Saturday night, and it does not have cyanuric acid. I didn't know in the beginning that my chlorine tablets and my shock that I was using by Clorox had cyanuric acid in it, and so it was raising my levels. So now, yesterday I had it checked, and it was at 40, so that's perfect. Supposed to be between 30 and 50, which is the ideal parts per million. But when it gets up above 80, it's pretty much stopped being effective. So what I did is I switched over to these Pool Life extended release non-stabilized tablets. The 3-inch tablets I was using before, they were stabilized, but they still had cyanuric acid in it, and it kept running my numbers up. So I've been running it since probably September or October with no tablets in it. Just midweek, shock it, then shock it again on a Saturday night. Once a week, I put some algae guard in it just to kind of help. It's a little algicide. I'll put about, I think it's 4 or 6 ounces I put in it. Put it in the deep end so it can circulate through the system, and then it helps on that. This is something, I don't really use it. The pool builder left it here, the technician, and it's just some super clear, clean, regional brand, Rego brand. And I take it, probably put a capful, maybe 2 capfuls in it, because like I said, I work on my numbers, keeping them perfect and much as possible. And then, so I don't usually have a problem with cloudy water. But anyway, I said, well, I just want to start using it since he left it here. But I'm not going to replace it. Once this run out, I'm not going to replace it, because I've been using my chemicals and keeping my numbers close to perfect as possible. I left this out here because this is a screen. That thing go to you. We run it 2 hours in the morning. Sometimes I turn it on in the day if the winds are real high and a lot of leaves in it. I turn it on. The only thing about that came with the pool, it's a suction pump, and so stuff has to fall to the bottom. And that's where a robotic cleaner will have the advantage. It can come up to the surface of the water. It can even clean the walls, the toweling for you. So I may switch to that if I stop being cheap. One day, go ahead and buy one. But this here, I have 2 of these. The great thing about these I found, and the idea didn't originate with me, but I have 2 of them. And the great thing I found now, when these get full, these bags get full, you can just take it off, put the other on it, and wait till the stuff dry out, and it makes it a whole lot easier to clean it. So you may want to get 2 of these. And I did it last week. It worked great. Just popped it out, set it over there, let it sit for 2 days or so. And if it's a sunny day, just take a couple of hours or so and unzip it. Everything came right out. I used to just put it here on the ground here and wash it, and it was just difficult trying to get things out of it. So, because it's real fine mesh and stuff like that. So worked good on that. So that's how I take care of the pool. We left it open last winter. So it got dark, time change to get dark early, so we left the lights on in the pool, kind of helped the ambience. And then my wife wanted to listen to the bubbler. So we decided don't buy a cover, just leave it open. And then we just maintained it. And it has a freeze protection on it. So when the ambient temperature gets to like 32 degrees, 36 degrees or so, that thing goes into freeze mode, and it automatically keeps the water circulating, so it won't freeze up the pipes. I did wrap that pipe. You saw my video. I have to put it down in the bottom where I put that faucet in, change that faucet out. Well, I wrapped that for the winter, so water is continuing to go. As the water evaporates, it fills it back up. It has a float. In here. So one of the main things I learned is, so practically every day, I would say, yeah, really every day, I clean the skimmers every morning. Then I take the little skimmer, the skim off the top, get all the leaves and debris out of it, so it helps out a whole lot. And that kind of helps my pH and stuff, because the biodegradable stuff doesn't have an effect, because if it comes in overnight, I get it out first thing in the morning, and we're done. But you can see how clear the water is. It is very clear. So, okay, well, now we'll wrap this video up. I do brush it probably once every other day, because it get dust in it, and all that helps. Everything that I can take out of here, it prevents it from going to the pump and the filter, which is around the side of the house, and it just makes it longer. It's been July's going to make a year that we had it, and I still have not cleaned the filter, which you're supposed to do it every quarter, but But the reason I know I don't have a problem is because when it's running on high, my pressure is still at 10, and that's what it was at 10 when they first turned it on. So, but it's on low right now, so that's why it's down to 0. But if I kick it up to high, it'll go to 10. And so I know that I'm doing a good job of getting it before it gets to the filter. This here's where the 3-inch tabs goes in there. And so it's not too dirty in there. I cleaned it out yesterday, but the wind was blowing real heavy last night, so we still got a little leaves and whatever that junk is, grass and stuff like that comes in. So, all right, that's how I take her to the pool. And so my wife and her friends, they're already looking forward to getting in it. And like I said, the weather got warm, so we put the furniture back up. And should be ready to open it pretty soon. Okay. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like. Thank you.